everybody, it's Linda with Ink Stamp and Scrap. We're going to get started in just a couple seconds. Hey there, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Linda Bartolucci, and I'm the owner of Ink Stamp and Scrap. Hey, Sue. Thanks for joining me. All right, so here we are, another week. I'm really excited to share a bunch of things with you. Just a couple of housekeeping items. If you are on Team Replay and watching this after the live, please leave a comment below and let me know. I like to know that people are watching afterwards as well. If you are here in the live, please leave a comment and make sure you give the video a like. The comments will be used for a drawing and I will announce the winner next week. I have searched and tried to figure out a good way to do my drawings from the live chat, but it's just not there. So we're going to resort to YouTube comments. So please leave a comment below. You can tell me if you like today's project, if you plan on using this fun fold. And I do have a question for everybody at the end of the video. So make sure you stick around till the end, or if you're on Team Replay, you can leave a comment as well. I'm interested in hearing what we're going to do going forward with these videos. All right. So I have a couple of housekeeping announcements. First of all, it's July and we are in the middle of our Designer Series paper sale. You can get 15% off all the Designer Series papers that are in the annual catalog. So there's the link to my store. It's also in the description below this video. The other thing I wanted to share with you is that there are 9 new papers coming in the mini catalog that will start on August 2nd. Signups will begin for the paper share on Monday, and the following Monday is when you can pay for your share and start closing it out. There are also about 7 specialty papers, and I am including them in the share. So all of the new paper products that are in this upcoming catalog will be included in the share. All right, so back to our regularly scheduled programming here. I think, come on. Oh, these pictures messed me up. There we go. I still haven't figured out exactly why it decides to go back to my face, but I will eventually. Anyway, here I am. So today what we're going to do is a fun fold. I'm going to try and do this. There we go. Today what we're going to do is a fun fold called the inner flap. Oh, Lord. And I don't have my cheat sheet here because it's over on my desk. Oh, wait, hang on. Yes, I do. The center flap. Inside flap. There we go. The inside flap. So the way this works is it opens up just like a traditional card, but then it also opens up with a flap this way. Once you get the hang of it, it's really a very simple, fun fold. It gives you a little extra space to decorate for a special occasion or somebody that really deserves that fancy fun fold card. Hey, Kathy, thanks for joining us. All right, so I'm going to switch the cameras around so you can see down below, and I will stay in the corner. Let me just get that taken care of. Nope. There I am, and sorry if you guys are shaking just a little bit because I have to do this on my iPad. It is sitting up here. Okay, there we go. And I shrunk. Okay, so here we are. Oh, and there's my lovely glass of water. I'll move that over. All right. Okay, so this is the card I just showed you. This is with the Sweet Strawberry bundle. So this could be a happy birthday, and there's a number of other greetings in this bundle. But again, you open it this way, and then you open it this way. One of the things that's great about this bundle is it's a punch bundle, so it doesn't require a die cutting machine in order to get all these fun shapes out of this bundle. The next sample I have for you is with our ever favorite, oh Lord, it's not artistically inked because that's where we're gonna make the, man, my memory is shot. All right, I'm just gonna show you and it'll come to me. And anyway, you flip this one up and over just like that. And I'm gonna show you how, give you all the dimensions, and tomorrow the blog post that goes up around 6 a.m. will have the download for you to print off and keep with all your other ones that I give you so that you can do these fun folds. One tip. So I loved this page of the designer series paper. I have to grab this. Why can't I? Oh, hand pen. All I could think of was flower names. And anyway, so this is the stamp set, and here are the dies that I used to make this card. Anyway, so I stamped this and got it all cut out, and I was putting all the layers together, and I realized you can't really, even though it coordinates perfectly, you can't put this on top of this. It just disappeared. So I just cut from the stitched rectangles, a mat here and a mat here, and that really separated everything out and made it look much better. I also used a lot of dimensionals when I was making these cards. If you are worried about it going through postage okay, when they scan these in the post office, they will just kind of flatten out as they go through, and this card does not weigh more than an ounce. It's a hair less than a 1 ounce, but you can get it through with one stamp on your card. All right, so let's get this together so I can show you how this all works. So this is also included in the PDF. You'll have a copy of this, but to make this card, you do use a full sheet of 8.5 by 11. You end up with this quarter of the 8.5 by 11 as scrap that you can use for something else. You can use these 2 strips here that you're gonna cut away for greetings anytime you'd like to, but this is the way the layout works. So you're gonna score it at 5.5, you're gonna score it at 4 1/4, and then you're gonna cut away this whole quadrant along with 1/2 of an inch here and 1/2 of an inch here. And that's what gives you this. And then once you have that, you can just see that you fold in, if it would cooperate, you fold in the flap and then you fold it down. And that's how this works. All right, so let's create the card base, and then we'll create the mats for the designer series paper, because that's where a lot of the measuring happens. All right. Bring this in. We have it. Okay, so we're gonna make the base of this card. So the first thing we're gonna do is remove this because it got stuck there from the strawberry card. And then we're gonna go over to 4 1/4, which is halfway across on the short side, and we're gonna score all the way down. And I do it a couple times just to make sure I have a good score line. Then we're going to go to 5.5 and do that again. Okay, now we're done with our scoring. The next thing that we're going to do is and I like to do the short side first and then the long side, because now it's facing me exactly the way that the sketch that I created for you is. So this quadrant goes away, this one trims down by 1/2 inch, and these 2 stay alone. So now we're going to use our trimmer, and we're going to, I like to put it in the middle of the line that I'm getting rid of, and I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to come down to the 4 1/4 mark, which is right here. If you're worried about going over, you can go just shy of the line that you're headed for, and then just use your paper snips to finish it off. So now I'm going to flip this up, and I'm going to turn it this way, and we're going to finish getting rid of this. So now I'm going to put it back at 4 1/4, put this in the middle of my score mark, go up to the top, and come down to 5.5, or just shy of that, so I know I have some control. Now, the other reason that I like to not completely eliminate this with the trimmer is that it has a little more stability to measure off those 2 1/2-inch pieces as well. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to trim this at, this was 4 1/4. I need to come a 1/2 inch back, so 3 3/4. And then I'm just going to come all the way down to that line or close to it. I'm looking at the 5 1/2. Again, I can use my paper snips to finish things off. And then I'm going to come all the way over. I'm going to shift this a little bit. I'm still in camera, yeah. And then I'm going to come to the 1/2 inch mark right here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to go all the way up, and then I'm going to come down to the 5 1/2 inch mark. Okay, or close enough to it that I can make this work. Now I'm going to grab my paper snips. Oh, and this is practically ready to, yeah, this is gone. So this is your scrap. You don't need that. And now we need to get rid of these 2 1/4 pieces. So you can see the score right there. And I just want to cut up to the score line. Just like that. And just like that. And then I'm going to go, okay, there we go. All right, and then I'm gonna go to that line. It looks like I didn't cut all the way up here. I do try to make it so I have pretty finished edges. Like, you don't want them to be all wonky. And then I'm gonna follow the score line and just cut up to that one, and they both fall away and life is good. All right, now the next super important part of making this card is to burnish your score lines really well. Especially if you're going to use dimensionals, you want those score lines burnished because it's a thick card and you want to make sure it lays as flat as possible. So when I say burnish your score lines really well, I'm going to go along here and really make sure it's down. But then I'm also going to just fold it back and just kind of use my hands to break the fibers a little bit, because then it will stay together better. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Actually, this one, I'm going to go ahead and fold it back and burnish it back. And then I'm going to fold it front and burnish it to finish it off. I feel like there's some stuff there. Have to take care of that. All right, so there is our card base ready to get started. So we started with an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and we broke it down to this using the sketch that will be available tomorrow. Now what we need to do is get all of our mats going. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the designer series paper that we're going to use. We're going to use this. And what you need, oh, I don't need 3 of these. I only need 2 of them. Okay. You need 2 pieces of designer series paper that are 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. And then you need 1 piece of designer series paper that is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. Everything's 5 1/4. It's just 1 3 3/4, 1 3 3/4, and 2 2 3/4. And then I just like to put white inside the card for you to have a place to write to your friends. So this is again 5 1/4, and it's 2 3/4. And the nice thing about it doing that is it hides right behind the flap. So then you don't, when the person first opens the card, if you stick to putting your writing just here, then they're not going to see anything up here or down here. I just think it looks neater and cleaner. My preference. All right, so 3 pieces of designer series paper. They all need to get matted, and then this white here. You can mat that too, but I don't think it's really necessary, and it does add bulk to your card. So let's take care of this. So the first thing we're going to do is cut our mats, just so you can see how that works. It works the same way when you're cutting the designer series paper. You're just going to start with a piece of 12 by 12. So that's why I'm not doing both of them today. So what you're going to do is the mats are 5 1/4. If I misspoke, these are 5 wide. So these are 5 3 3/4, 5 2 3/4. I think I said 5 1/4. That isn't going to work. All right, so all of your mats are 5 1/4. So the way I use my cardstock the most economically is I actually go all the way over to the 5 1/4 on the short side to give me a big tall piece of cardstock that is 5 1/4. So this piece is scrap as well. Thanks, Kathy. That's great. All right, and then I'm gonna go this way and I'm gonna get my other mats. So the first one is just gonna be your traditional 5 1/4 by 4, which we cut a lot. That's gonna go on the front of the card. So this larger DSP is gonna go right inside of there. And then we're going to do 2 3-inch pieces. And that's gonna be for the ones that are 5 by 2 3/4. So that's that one. And then we need one more piece that's 3 inches. So you can see we have we have a good piece of scrap, but that can be used for other things. And then we just have this little guy left over, which is great. And so this one goes here just like that. All right, so to decorate our card, we're gonna be using the artistically inked bundle. That's this one. That's what this paper goes with. You can see the other side. This paper is just gorgeous and on sale, just saying. So anyway, Artistically Inked has a great variety of greetings and these cool watercolor looking stamps. They just give you awesome images, and they also have a leaf overlay and a flower overlay that are gorgeous. You can look back at the lives from the beginning of the catalog and see that we use this, and you can see how beautiful they are together. And there's some thunder. Awesome. If I lose you, I'm sorry, but we're making progress here. All right. So here we go. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to work the card from the inside out. There's no rhyme or reason for it. I just have the white here, and I want to go ahead and do that. Also going to get a stamping mat my silicone mat, because I don't want to get any adhesive on my crumpled paper background. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is the inside flap. And the way that I line this up is you just visually make sure you're inside here, and then this alley over here and the alley on the right need to be about the same size. You can definitely eyeball it. You can certainly measure if you want to, but I think eyeballing works okay. And so now we'll continue working to the outside of the card. We're going to take our first 3 by 5 piece of designer series, or 2 3/4 by 5. I'll get it eventually. This is why I make you guys that PDF, because don't quote me from the video. You can look at the PDF. All right, and that goes there. And that is matted on Evening Evergreen cardstock. And the card base itself is just jade. I don't think I said that. All right. I got to tell you, you are going to want to be in that paper share, because those papers are gorgeous. I can't wait to get some so I can share some projects with you guys. And there is another video coming on Friday, by the way. It's already staged and ready to go. So make sure that you tune in on Friday. It's not a live, but it is a fun video showcasing some new products. So it should go live about 8 o'clock on Friday morning. There we go. Or whenever YouTube sends you your stuff. But that's when I told YouTube it was okay to make it go. All right, so now this is the front right here. And it doesn't really matter which of these goes where. See, this is what I mean. Once you get the hang of the cut, it's really the card base cutting that is the most challenging. Once you get the hang of that, this card goes together really quick and easy, and it's just super fun to give to somebody. It just has that extra flap layer here that just gives you the chance to do more decorating and really make a special card for somebody. So if you are watching on Team Replay or join me here live, please leave a comment below and let me know if you are totally hooked on these fun folds, or you would like to launch August with some other themes. I was thinking that we might do set samplers for a little while. So I could take a bundle and give you all sorts of different ideas with that bundle right here live while we're all hanging out together. So if that's something that is of interest to you, let me know. We can stick with the fun folds, but I can tell you if we're going to stick with folds, I'm probably going to start mixing it up and doing some other fun things too. But that set sampler idea came to me, and I'd love to know what you think about it. All right, so now I've already stamped and die cut the artistically inked elements because I have to get to a doctor's appointment and scoot. When I moved this to 3 p.m., I super love the extra videos. We're in quarantine. Oh goodness. Okay. I'm sorry you're on quarantine, Kathy, but at least this gives you something to do. All right, so we're going to use dimensionals to decorate this. I love this bold happy birthday. You can see I used a scrap to create it. Come on. One more twist. There we go. And then I'm going to mat that on Evening Evergreen. There we go. This one I'm going to leave flat. I'm not going to, because it's already 2 layers of cardstock, and I just feel like if I add some more bulk to it, it might be too much. I'm putting my greeting down first because it is pretty bold and it does take up a lot of real estate, and I want to be able to add all the other elements that I have here without compromising my greeting. So what I'm going to do is take the leaf, and I think I like it, well, I like this way, so I think the leaf is going to come out right here. So I'm going to flip this over and put a dimensional right there so that it sticks together and it doesn't add any bulk to it. And this way everything's on the same level, so I can put a couple of dimensionals up on the leaves, but there's not really a difference in the height. And I think that's good. Now I actually probably need one here. All right. I don't know if you can hear the thunder on the video or not. We seem to be doing okay. I'm getting used to these rolling in thunderstorms every single afternoon. All right, so there we go. See how this goes so well with the designer series paper because it all has that watercolory look to it. All right, I'm going to add 2 of these little flowers just to give it a little pizzazz. So then we have 3 flowers on the front. Remember, we like to work in odd elements because that's the way your brain likes to process things. All right, and I have this little guy over here already with a dimensional on him. All right, so there's our card front, but we need to do something to this inside flap. So I'm going to add this. And we're just going to tuck it in the corner just to kind of carry the card through. You'll notice I did not decorate the inside flap on any of the samples, but you guys can certainly do that. You could decorate the entire thing. All right, there we go. Okay, thanks, Sue. I'm seeing some comments about changing things up a little bit. All right, well, we might just mix it up a little bit. It's not that I can't show you dozens more fun folds, but it would just be fun to mix things up slightly. And especially with all the new products coming out in the holiday mini, which I will always call the holiday mini, even though it's the next mini catalog. Anyway, so these are our 3 fun fold. What did we say it was called? It's the inside flap card. So every card has an inside flap, and then you get to your personalization of the card. All right, do I have any other questions? Love the contrast of the pink. Yep, and you can hear the thunder. Oh, thanks, Kath. You sent it over to me. I really appreciate that. All right, so I know this is a short and sweet live this week. I will be back next week, and we will do more fun things. I don't think I'll have anything from the holiday or the upcoming mini catalog to show you, but based on what you'll see on Friday's video, little teaser, you will see new and different things next week because we're going to have some fun with some new products that I do have. All right, so thank you all very much for joining me. If you are watching on Team Replay, make sure you leave a comment below and let me know what you'd like to see in upcoming live presentations. I come on here every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Please give this video a like because YouTube really appreciates me more when my videos get those likes. And be sure that you have subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell, and that way YouTube will let you know every time I post a new video. Have a great week. I will see you here next Wednesday. Take care, everybody.